Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentry. This is our last major championship of the year, folks. And so we're here rounding out the major championship season at the Open with our betting preview. So Tyson, I'll give you some stats. We'll give you kind of what we're thinking, kind of talk this thing, and then we'll get in the money making time, give out our official plays for the Open Championship. And it's at Royal Portrush in Scotland, Tyson. So I think a lot of people are having a few names at the top that they're circling, and I know you've had a guy for a while that you've circled.
Yeah, I have. But Brad, you keep saying this place is Scotland.
In Scotland. It's because I know that you're picking Bobby Mack, and so I get the Scotland thing in my head. So it's an Ireland. I apologize to all
You're gonna make a lot of
our
people
Europeans.
mad.
I am. All right.
What are vibes like right now? Okay, you asked me this before every major. Where is this one ranking for you? How excited are you for this week?
Tyson, normally I'm running into this and I'm super into it because I like it. But I didn't follow the Scottish very closely, and that's normally something that gets me into it. This is number 4 on my list. I have not been feeling this one. I don't know why. It just hasn't gotten me going.
Dude, that's
and you know me. That's rare.
That's crazy. This is below the players almost for you.
It is right now. I was more amped up for the players this year than I was for this tournament. I don't know why. It just hasn't grabbed me.
We apologize, golf gods. We're both going to go out and play, and I'm now lumped into this with you. The guy, we invented golf, and now we're both getting smited. I'm going to go out and shoot 85 for the rest of the summer. I'm mad at you. That's crazy. This is one of my favorite ones. It's hard because the Masters is first, so you're juiced for that. This is, I think 2 or 3 for me, depending on the year. I always love the U.S. Open the most, but like sometimes the course can dictate how much fun we're having at the U.S. Open, and this one is like, I feel like it's what's right with golf. We're at a course that anybody can go play at the place it was invented. Scotty Scheffler said last week, you can tell golf was invented around here because I got to take 6 clubs down there. I don't know which one I'm doing. You can bunt the ball around the course. And then we also always get somebody coming out of left field. It feels like, and competing at a high level. These guys are going to go 15 under this week. It's going to be great.
It'll be fun. And so, Tyson, we are going to dive in, just kind of get some stats before we dive into our stuff. But first, everybody smash that like button if you're in here now. Leave us a comment. Let us know, is you more excited for this one? I mean, like Tyson said, the Masters is probably number 1. But am I wrong?
Or do you have it below the Charles Schwab like Brad?
Let us know in the comments. Let's dive into it here. So, like Tyson said, Royal Portrush in Ireland, not Scotland, like I keep saying. So I just know where Tyson's going to go. Spoiler alert, folks. But to give you a little background on this course here, this was played in 2019. It's gotten a little bit longer since then, about 7,300 yards. Shane Lowry won it in 2019, so he's going to be a popular name here. He won it by 6 strokes. Tommy Fleetwood was in second. Tony Finau finished third. Brooks Koepka was T4 with Lee Westwood. Ricky Fowler, T6. Tyrrell Hatton, T6. Your boy Bobby Mack, T6. Danny Willett, T6. Then Patrick Reed, T10 to round out the leaderboard there. This is it's an interesting course, Tyson, or it's an interesting set because it's 6 years, right? Mm-hmm. So we have some of these guys and these popular names that are going to be in this tournament. It's not like the U.S. Open. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. In 2000, so-and-so won. We only had a young Tiger Woods, and maybe he's in the twilight, or a Mickelson coming back. But we got some good data here, and this is a course, when I'm looking at some of the stats that require you to play well, you're going to need to be accurate off the tee. You're going to have to drive it well. Positive strokes gained tee to green. Be good around the green. But the putting doesn't matter as much, and we'll dive into that a little bit, and being okay around the green, having good approach. But it's really, can you putt? Can you get to the tee in time? Again, can you be accurate off the tee? Or can you get to the green in time so that you can make a score? And then can you be accurate and long off the tee? And that's their secret sauce here.
Yeah, we're playing links golf. I mean, there's a reason a guy like Brian Harman can show up and compete at a tournament like this. This is a little bit different style of a golf course than your St. Andrews. Like, you're not going to run into as many pot bunkers. It's almost like part of the reason Shane Lowry was able to set, at least it was the then course record. I don't know if it's been broken by now when he fired 63 in 2019, but it's a little bit more aerial, I guess is the word, than you might expect from a course like this. But dude, this is right up my alley. These are guys you got to get creative to win golf tournaments, to play this way. And I think our cards are creative. I don't know if they're any good, but our best this week, we got creative with it.
Yeah, a little bit. And I think Tyson may be saying it tongue in cheek for me because I gave him a preview of mine, so he's ribbing me a little bit, and you guys will do the same, I'm sure. But let's do this, Tyson, as we're going in here before we give out our picks. We got Scotty the favorite, followed by Rory. Those are the only two guys in the betting markets that are under 10-1. Then you got John Rahm 12-1, your third favorite. He's been playing better golf, and then let's go the 5 favorites here. Bryson DeChambeau 20-1, Xander Schauffele 25-1. That's on FanDuel. So however you're viewing your odds boards here, your sports book, but those are the 5. So where are you leaning if we're looking just without price as we're kind of running in here? Is this a Rory thing? Can Scotty, add another major title to this? Is Rahm going to come back? Where are you at here?
Well, it gets interesting because it's not, the kind of golf that we've seen Scotty Scheffler demolish people, but you look up and it's like, oh, Scotty's in 4th again with a chance to win this tournament. I would have told you Rory's probably done for the year before this last week. And then, he just was a couple missed putts on that back 9 away from, chasing down Goddard, and then we might be having a different discussion today. Xander, again, like he's won this before, so that's something. And then every time we see Rambo when he comes to the States anymore, it's like he's playing at these major championships and he's competing for all but, like, was it the first Masters he came back?
I believe so. After his win, yes, I think.
Or the PGA Championship and the Masters when he came back, because he missed a cut of the PGA, and then after that, it's like he's top 15 every time.
And then let's keep going down the board. I'm with you there, Tyson. I thought Rory, we'll see. I mean, people look at the Scottish like, well, that's the decider. And it's like, not necessarily. It's a completely different course. And then again, we're not going into Scotland, even though I said that twice. They're going to Ireland. So yeah, it's links golf. But I mean, you can go play links golf in the States, and it's not going to give you the same thing as if you and I go over in Ireland to play. The Bryson thing, I'm curious. He's not a popular name like he's been the past 3 majors.
Dude, if he sprays all over the place, he's in trouble.
I think that's the thing as well. And so he's not somebody that people are keeping an eye on. And his putting was bad too. Not that it necessarily matters as the thing that you need here, but if you're all over the place and you can't putt, that's going to hurt you. Tommy Fleetwood, that's a name, right? Second here in 2019. People want him to win. I mean, it's clear. Like, you and I, we do this as a podcast. You got to show us here. And Tommy Fleetwood hasn't done that. And yet people continue to say, Tommy Fleetwood, this is time. Are you not necessarily buying into it because he has to do it for both of us before we buy in? But do you think he has a chance this week to actually get it done?
Well, probably. I mean, he was second. I mean, he was 6 strokes off, but he was second in 2019. We've seen Tommy Fleetwood all around leaderboards at major championships. And then, a couple of weeks ago, he loses to Keegan Bradley in a playoff. And you said, putting isn't the end all be all at this golf course until it is. Like, that's kind of what it boils down to. And that's how Tommy just lost. Like, there is, it happens in golf where guys can go from 0-time PGA Tour winner to 1-time major champ, and that's their first win. It's just, I don't know. It'd be storybook. Like, I'm cheering for it. It just seems like, let's let Tommy win one. Maybe take the pressure off a little bit. That's a lot to be carrying every time, especially when he comes, closer to home. We're never going to get one of these things, in his backyard like Lowry and McIlroy and these guys sometimes are afforded, but European golf and he's Mr. Euro, he's Ryder Cup's coming up, all this stuff, and it's like if he won one they'd make a movie about it. I just don't think that's happening.
Well, I mean, all these golf fans would, that's for sure. And when Tyson's saying what's win one PGA event, he hasn't won that. I mean, forget that's major. And people are acting like he's Ricky, guys have gone out there and won big tournaments. He's never won on the PGA Tour. It's unbelievable. Before we get into our picks here, folks, Tyson, I want to finish with 3 popular names coming in here. I guess 4 we'll talk about. Let's do 5. We'll kind of lump them in. So Ludwig, Colin, Victor Hovland, they're all in the same 28-1, 30-1 range. You want to say 2 years ago, I know Ludwig was kind of coming up, but he's the hot name, but mainly Colin and Victor. If you would have said they're down on the board on a big event, now it's not like they're buried down here, but people aren't really talking about him. This is a guy in Morikawa that's won an Open before. What do you think about these guys heading into something like this where they're getting a little overshadowed?
I think on Sunday, if you told me one of these guys won the golf tournament, I wouldn't be shocked. Like I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I can't. But like if Ludwig broke through here, I'm not like, yeah, I never would have ever seen this coming. Or I mean, Hovland was a bad Friday away from competing and maybe winning the Scottish. Like he came out and shot 72. The rest of his rounds were really good. And T11 there, Colin can win. I think it's a little bit of a sour taste right now with Morikawa because whatever placement bet you're making on him, he's like one off at all of these.
We talked about Vic on the last episode we did when 𝐽𝐽 won the U.S. Open. It's like, dude, we're waiting. There's got to be a breakthrough at some point. I think Aubert's got a little bit more time. I think the expectations that were placed on him were not necessarily fair to him. It's like, oh, this guy's just going to come in and he's being the best golfer. It's like, well, it takes a little time, especially when you're playing against Scotty and Rory's playing his best golf of his career. So it's going to take some time, but I think they need to have good showings this week. And Morikawa, kind of same thing. So we'll see there. And then last two, I want to get your thoughts on. One, can Shane Lowry do it? And can he go back and repeat at least here in this course? God. And then how about Tyrrell Hatton? Because he played really good at the U.S. Open. It looked like he was right there. And then he just made one mistake. Then he blew up. Is he going to be able to piece it all together for 4 rounds?
You want to ask me about like Patrick Reed or any other my least favorite players here? I don't know. It just feels pointed. It feels like an attack. Yeah, of course Shane Lowry can win this. I mean, it's a kind of a joke between you and I, but I'm always telling you, I'm like, dude, I'm going to bet Shane Lowry as first round leader because he's like has the potential to come out here and shoot 2 or 3 strokes clear of everybody else. Already won here. It wouldn't be surprised. Like if you're going to grab a long shot, because there's way longer shots than Shane Lowry in this tournament, but you could do worse than that. And then it just feels like Tyrrell Hatton could be in contention, and then we could have another blow up, which will be excellent television, but I don't think he's winning.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm not fans of those guys either. I mean, I ripped Shane Lowry apart after the U.S. Open thing, so I'm not a fan. We were texting it. It's like, dude, not Shane Lowry. I can't handle that. Tyrrell Hatton was kind of growing on me a little bit after the U.S. Open. I know he blew up and it was hilarious, but like, well, that's true. He's not in my face every time. That's a good point. But I thought the reaction to 𝐽𝐽 making that putt, I was like, cool. Oh, Tyrrell Hatton, he's all right. I'm starting to like him a little bit. But we'll see what happens this week. He's now that he's back on European soil, Tyson, he's going to call out the courses, or does he only do that for American courses? Like
I don't know. I think he does it whenever he misses a putt.
That's true. It's going to happen. Okay, that's enough jibber jabber. Let's get into the picks. So without further ado, folks, you know what time it is.
It's money making time.
And Tyson and I went light on our outrights as you're looking here. Now, Tyson has it for a specific reason. You're going to look at mine. Scotty Scheffler, plus 500. That's such a cop-out. Listen, folks, everything that I'm running here, every simulation is coming up Scotty. Now, that's not a surprise, but when I wade into the stuff that matters to this course, it's still giving me Scotty. So if I'm looking around, I get the best golfer. It doesn't seem like it's too much of a funky course. Like if you're going to hit good shots like Shane Lowry did in 2019, Scotty didn't play in that tournament. But you're going to tell me that I get the best wedge guy, a guy who's long off the tee, can hit fairways, and a guy who can, and it doesn't necessarily matter if he's not hot with the putter. I mean, come on. And so I'm only going to take one bet. If I'm taking somebody at plus 500, I'm putting my money on one horse and we're riding it out. We're not spraying the board. I'm hoping Scheffler can get another one here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you made perfect sense. I mean, at a plus 500, I'm taking Bobby Mack. That's my outright to win this week, plus 4,000 on DraftKings. We sat here at the beginning of the year. We identified 5 players that we thought could win a major championship as first-time major winners. Neither one of us had 𝐽𝐽 but I'm not kicking ourselves too much. I said then, and I'm going to say it now, I'm taking Bobby Mack to win the Open this year, and I'm only taking Bobby Mack. That felt a little better after the solo second at the U.S. Open. Now, he wasn't great last week at the Scottish. He wasn't good, to be honest. But he's got a top 5 finish this year at the U.S. Open, 4 top 10s. He's finished top 5, again there, and qualified. He just got to make the cut. And this is just selfishly something I want to see happen really bad.
Well, it would be a great story. That's for sure. And so let's get into our placements here, Tyson. And we're all over the place a little bit. I'm specifically focusing on the top 10 market. I think I can get some bang for my buck here. You went across the board a little bit, so I'll let you dive into that. But I specifically, like I said, focus on the top 10. And Rahm, a little bit quiet coming in here. But the model that I ran is really, really high on Jon Rahm. And I'm talking about taking a look at distance and accuracy off the tee. Like I said, in the 3 pockets of approach shots that matter the most, it's 75 to 100, 100 to 125, and 200 to 225. Those are really the money makers here at this golf course. And I weighted that a little bit more heavily in this model combined with the other things I pointed out. And Jon Rahm is second behind Scotty. Tyrrell Hatton actually 3, Keegan Bradley 4, Davis Thompson 5, Justin Thomas 6. So I'll run through those a little bit with the rest of it here. But Jon Rahm, that's telling me I think he's going to have a good week. Plus 115, not great, but I think you do get a buffer. And so any plus money on that, I will take. Xander Schauffele over 2-1 at plus 225. Come on, man. I mean, this he's starting to heat up. He's one of the best golfers in the world. And I definitely think he can make a run at this here, especially when you're talking about what you need to do to perform well. This is Xander Schauffele to a T. So I get over 2-1 at a top 10. Give me that. And then Victor Hovland. This is a time, you know, I'm a little bit worried about the irons. I'm a little bit worried about kind of all of his game. But if he can piece it together like we saw at the U.S. Open, and I know this is a different course, he can be right there. And at plus 280, I'll take a shot. And then Justin Thomas, the model loves Justin Thomas this week. And I'm going to over 3-1 on a guy with this pedigree. I know he screwed me at the U.S. Open. He screwed everybody at the U.S. Open. But he's coming in here a little bit unknown. Feels like his game's been better than it has for the past 3 years. Tyson, this would be a great little finishing job for Justin Thomas here in the last major of the year to make a run.
Yeah, I mean, there's a definite chance. I might be even higher on Rombo than your model is because I got him taking top 5, and I feel really good about it. Again, the last 4 times we've seen this guy, T7 at the Open, T14 at the Masters, T8 at the PGA, T7 at the U.S. Open a couple months ago. And then he's also like the most consistent U.S. Open player probably right now without, winning the thing. He was T3 in 2021. He was tied for 34 in 2022. That's the low spot. And then he was T2 in 2023 and then T7 last year. So that's Rombo with the chip on his shoulder is never a bad bet. And I don't have to worry about him dumping something in the water at the end of the U.S. Open here because I'm not taking him outright to win the tournament. And then I have Sepp Straka top 5. And I know it's a little bit of a joke between us, but he's 4th in strokes gained in approach this season. He's been excellent all year long. This guy just makes the cut and then plays well. And he didn't make the cut of the U.S. Open, and that was a tough pill to swallow. But he was T2 in 2023. He was just 7th at the Scottish, and outside of a 70 on Saturday, he was right in there the whole time. I already went over Bobby Mack, excellent links golfer at for plus 300 at the top 10. That covers both bets if I don't hit my outright. I have Hovland, pretty much same reasons that you explained. I have him top 10 as well. But dude, that outside of that Friday at the Scottish, it was I think he can do this. And we joke all the time, he's not this guy can't scramble around the greens for anything until the lights are brightest. And then he's the best in the field at it. And I think that could be helpful this week. And then finally, I have Russell Henley top 20 at plus 175. Here's Russell Henley's season this year, okay, in 2025. T6 at the Cognizant, won the Arnold Palmer. T30 at the Players, missed the cut at the Masters. T8 at RBC, T46 at the Truist, missed the cut at the PGA. T5 at the Memorial, top 10 at the U.S. Open, and tied for 2nd at the Travelers. This dude has just shown up everywhere, and outside of a couple blips. And yes, those were in pretty high leverage spots there that he missed some cuts. But this is a guy I like to make the cut this weekend, and then he just is so consistent. He shoots 2 under every day, and we have our top 20.
So Tyson, we didn't go over this before. I'll just read you where the model that I built has your guys. Now, Rahm 2, so you're inside that top 5 range. Bobby Mack 8. Hovland is, see if I can find him. I think he might be a little bit lower than 45, and then Henley was 12. And then Straka was 60th in this one that I built. So basically Straka, Strake, it looks like it's spelled wrong here. So I apologize to our guy Sepp. But so really, we're kind of on the same page here, and that you're doing this whatever you based it off of, and we're on the same page here. So I'm hoping that we can get out of here with a positive result as we finish this major season, because Tyson, it hasn't necessarily gone great. We haven't picked a winner, and that's been rare since we've done this for 3 years.
I know. Well, we were like, hey, we should do this show because we've been on fire. This will be good. And then we, the lights turn on. We start talking to each other, talk ourselves out of certain guys, or talk ourselves into other guys that we shouldn't have. But yeah, I'm just excited for when like Justin Rose goes off this week, and then you and I have to text each other the whole time, like pretending we're not really cheering for him to win, but like also knowing that it's okay. This tournament is so much fun, man. There is not a ton of opportunity to watch golf in the home of golf, played by the best golfers in the world, on the PGA Tour. And so this is the time. If you're watching the DP or World Tour or European stuff like that, then you're maybe a little bit more spoiled. But I know this is fifth best for you, like at best. But I think
just this year,
Padraig Harrington said, outside of the U.S. players, these are the one that we want to win the most. And it's been kind of, it's been Americans coming over here and winning this thing. I'm wondering if my boy Bobby Mack can avenge some of his European brethren.
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope we keep the American population strong, Tyson, or at least the winners strong, and it's Scotty. So at least one of us can make some cash if it's not Bobby Mack. Let's go with that. But last major of the year, folks. We'll be back with our reaction after this. We got a ton of content coming out later this week. Baseball in the All-Star break, so we're going to dive into that. What happened, who's been disappointing, who's been impressive. A little second half primer, and then the trade deadline right around the corner after that. So we got a lot of baseball we're going to dive into. Then football, it's right around the corner here, guys. My goodness, it's almost August. Like, we're about to kick off here in 5-6 weeks. This is unbelievable.
I think the college semester starts in like 5 weeks. I think we're 5 weeks away from college football.
There we go. So you're going to want to stay subscribed so don't miss a single thing we do. We got a ton of stuff coming out this fall. Like, we thought we had a big fall last year. We're going to do the same. We might even do a little bit more. So we're going to be busy here, folks. So ride with us, smash that like button on the way out, share it with a friend, share it with an enemy. Let's close out this summer month strong. Let's get into football. Let's have a great ride. Let's enjoy the weekend that is the final major of the year, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.